guys, so really quick before my iPad dies, there will not be a vlog today, and that's why there's this makeup tutorial today. There just wasn't a lot going on today, or yesterday rather, that I wanted to vlog, so I thought instead of giving you a boring vlog that I'd give you this awesome makeup tutorial. So I hope you don't mind too much. You're not missing anything from not vlogging. I promise there's not much going on, so let me plug you in real quick. Also, the giveaway, I can finally announce when it will be coming out. I recorded the video today, and the giveaway will start next Thursday, so a week from today the giveaway will start, and in that video it shows you everything I got you and all the rules to enter, so I'm not going to say anything now. Just wait till next Thursday. I just need to get some things situated with Rafflecopter and packaging and all that fun stuff, but it will be coming out in 1 week, so enjoy the video. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey everybody, so this is a crazy look, but can you guess who I am? Can you guess? Yeah, I am doing a makeup look inspired by Miss Cruella DeVille herself. I was really inspired to recreate a look of hers because I've been obsessed with the show Once Upon a Time, and I'm on Netflix, so we're always a season behind on TV, so there has been already a whole nother season, but the season that I just watched had Cruella in it and several other Disney villains, but I've always been inspired by Cruella. I always thought her style was on fleek. But I really hope you enjoy watching how I recreated this. All of the credit is down below in the description for the original artist. This is not exactly the exact makeup of the picture that I'm going to post right here. I put a little bit of a twist on it, but it is close enough that I didn't want to take credit for myself, but I did add a few little things here and there. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye! So I'm starting with a fresh face. So my first step is to use a face primer, and the one that I'm using is Pore Apple Sunscreen with SPF 40. I go back and forth between this one and Benefit's Professional, so just use whatever you have at your home. And try not to get it in your hair. Next, I'm using foundation. Currently, I've been using Kat Von D's Lock It Tattoo Foundation. I love this stuff. I'm going to put about a pump and a half on the back of my hand, and then I'll use my beauty blender to buff it all out. Make sure to also drag it down to your neck. Before I continue with my makeup, I want to cover up my brows. Now, I recommend using a glue stick, but this is all I had at my disposal, but glue sticks are much easier to apply. So because I don't have a glue stick, I'm going to apply the glue with a brush, and basically I'm going to apply a layer of glue on my eyebrows, let it dry completely, and then I'm going to powder it with this powder. I've had it for a really, really long time. I don't even know if they carry it anymore or the brand, but it's in the color 004 Sandstorm, but you can even use a translucent powder, would work just fine. So let the glue dry, powder your eyebrows, go back over it with glue, and keep powdering your eyebrows until your eyebrows are relatively gone. Okay, once you look totally crazy, I'm going to take a little more of the foundation and just go over my eyebrows. I really was not a fan of the glue because it just kept kind of clumping up, so truly, if you have a glue stick, that's the best for this, because you might run into the same problem that I am, where it kind of just becomes clumpy. Honestly, I can't even take myself seriously while doing this makeup look anymore, but next I am going in and starting to conceal. So I'm going to be using this concealer from the brand Flower. You can get this at any drugstore. I love it, but I'm going to start by feathering out the concealer underneath my eyebrows, underneath my eyes, on my forehead and in between my eyebrows, and on my chin. So I'm an idiot and I totally forgot my bronzer at home, but that's okay because I have this brown shadow. Whenever I think of Cruella DeVille, I think of glam makeup. Scary, but glam nonetheless. So basically I'm going to contour my face and especially concentrate on my cheekbones. If you've ever looked at Cruella, she has really, really, really high cheekbones. So we're going to try to recreate that look with makeup. So I'm just going to do really heavy contouring. I'm first going to take a smaller detail brush and kind of map out where I want the contouring to be on her cheeks. Again, like I said, really, really high cheekbones. And she also has a super slender nose, so I'm going to take a little bit of this contour powder and contour the sides of my nose to make it look much more narrow. This is a little more difficult because I do have a crooked nose, but hey, we'll make it work. Once I have all my contouring placed, then I'm going to take this angled fluffy brush and buff it all out. I can't even believe that I forgot my highlighter as well, so I'm going to improvise and use the BH Party Girl After Hours palette, and they have this really, really white color in here, so I'm just going to use that to highlight my cheekbones. I just want to exaggerate the fact that I have really high cheekbones. Also want to highlight down the bridge of my nose, a little on my forehead, and the teeniest bit on my chin. Can someone please fix these eyebrows? So that's what we're gonna do next. So to fill in my eyebrows, I'm gonna be using this NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the color Slate. It's just a black color. So I'm gonna first outline my eyebrows and then I'll fill them in. If you do decide to use a jumbo pencil like this, I would highly recommend using a small detail brush. I tried using it with the pencil and had a really, really hard time. So to start off the eyes, I'm first going to take this Scotch tape. It's just a regular Scotch tape, and I'm breaking off a little piece and touch it a few times so it's not as tacky, so it won't lift off your foundation as easily. And then I'm going to stick it right on the corner of my eye, angling up. Then I'm going to take this cream makeup. This is honestly not very good cream makeup. It's very, very cheap. So I ran into the problem of it streaking a lot, so I had to do like 5 layers of this. But I took this really small detail brush and I just put the cream makeup on. I went a little bit over my crease and all the way to the tape, and I just had to keep layering. So kind of like what we did for the eyebrows, I would put on a layer, dry it with the blow dryer. I was having a really hard time with this cream makeup. It just didn't want to keep creasing, but what I found what helped is taking a translucent powder in that same detail brush. I just wiped it off. I'm just going to pack the translucent powder on top of our first layer of white, and then I'm going to apply another layer of the white right on top of the powder. I really thought that it helped the cream makeup stick much better. Now I want the crease to be as perfect as possible, so I'm just going to take a little bit of this virgin coconut oil and a, what are these things called? A Q-tip. And I'm going to take a little bit on top of the Q-tip and then just kind of run it across the top of the crease to make it as perfect of a line as we can possibly get it. Then to get off any of the excess oil that's left on your eyelid, I'm taking the clean side of the Q-tip and just wiping away the oil. Okay, so once I've given my white cream makeup a little while to dry, I'm still experiencing that it's creasing a little more than the other eye. I'm not sure why, but we're gonna live with it. So the next thing I'm gonna do is start creating the Dalmatians designs on our eyelids, and to do this I'm going to be using my Hard Candy Walk the Line liquid eyeliner. I love this eyeliner and I'm going to keep the tape on to do this, but basically you just create different shape and size colored dots on your eyelid, and I'm also going to drag it up a little bit as well, but I'm going to do that after we create the eye wing. So for right now, just start making dots all over your eyelid. So before we continue with the dots, I want to get my eyeliner on, so I'm just going to line my eyes as I normally would. I'm just making the line a little bit thicker, and then I'm going to really make the wing dramatic. But before any of this, I'm going to remove the tape. Now for the inner corner of the eye, I'm going to drag it down to a point. And then I'm going to connect that and bring a black line up into my crease. It's a little confusing to explain, but just see what I do and you'll know exactly what I mean. If you mess up, that's okay. You can always let that dry, and then I'm going to go back in with white cream makeup after it dries so I can cover up that black smudge. So while that dries, I'm just going to continue the dots, and now that I know where my eyeliner ends, I'm just going to drag some of the dots up and out. This is a great look to keep makeup wipes handy because you're going to mess up a lot, I promise. So just take a little makeup wipe and I'm wrapping it around my finger and I'm just going to drag it underneath my cat eye just to get rid of that extra white makeup that's lying there. Whatever white is remaining there, I'm just going to draw over it with the same liquid eyeliner. Moving on to underneath my eyes, I'm going back in with my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil and I'm going to first line my waterline. Then taking a smaller detail brush, I'm going to pick up a little bit of this Jumbo Eye Pencil on it and then just start smudging it underneath my lash line. I'm going to stop applying the color right about where my eyelashes end, but for the outer corner, I want to blend it into my eyeliner. Using that same liquid liner, then I'm going to kind of extend a line towards the inner part of my eye. How do I even explain this? Just watch. I'm going to create a second line on top of the line that we just created with the black, but this time with white. Next, I want to add a little bit of red into this look, so I'm going to use my BH Cosmetics Take Me to Brazil palette, and using this red color in a small detail brush, I'm just going to smoke it a little bit underneath our black. Next, I'm going to add 2 layers of mascara to both my top and bottom lashes, and currently I'm just using Maybelline New York's Lash Sensational Mascara. Time to move on back onto eyebrows. So I wanted to do something a little bit different for this look. So I just have these rhinestones. I have these bigger rhinestones. I'm not sure the size. I'm really sorry. But these smaller rhinestones I'm also going to use are 3 millimeters. So I'm going to use the bigger ones for the first half of my eyebrow. I fit about 5 of them on my eyebrow. And then for the smaller rhinestones, I'm going to use, for the second half of my eyebrow, I'm using the smaller rhinestones. The cool thing about the smaller rhinestones is they kind of come off in a row, so you can just peel back however many that you think and stick them right to your eyebrows instead of doing them one by one like the larger eyebrows. Last step for the eyes, I'm going to apply false lashes, and the lashes that I'm using are from Eylure in the number 205. They're these really dramatic lashes, so I'm just going to pop these on and then we're done with the eyes and we'll move on to lips. For lips, I'm first going to line them with Palladio's lip liner in the color Red Rose. Whenever I think of Cruella, all I can picture are her big red lips, so we're going to do a dramatic look for her. And lastly, to top that off, I'm using Kat Von D's All Day Liquid Lipstick. I think it's a matte one in the color Outlaw. Oh. And while my lips are still a little bit tacky, I'm going to take that Jumbo Eye Pencil one more time in another small detail brush and kind of outline my lips and blend it in toward the red just to kind of give it a darker, more DeVille look. So this is the entire look. This was so much fun. I have a blast recreating looks like this, and I'm always trying to challenge myself when it comes to makeup. So I really hope you like this, and I hope you're looking forward to next week's look. If you have any suggestions for next week's look, get it together. Leave it down in the comments below. I will see it, and I will absolutely recreate it for you. If not, I'm just gonna pull something out and recreate it for next week. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.